Hey, hi friends and family. Today we're going to talk about repetitive movements, or really odd movements that we don't have to think about much. But what it does to us is the really important thing. Repetitive, everyday movements that we don't have to think about actually causes imbalances in our body, and eventually will cause either some kind of fault line or a weak link in our body, kind of like the UPS man who constantly threw boxes like this all day long, and over years he found he created a diastasis, which is a gap or a separation of the connective tissue here, caused hip pain, it caused back pain. And what we did with him is kind of what we're going to suggest to my friend Mickey. So Mickey, turn around. The reason I wanted you to see her in this position is because she's a nail tech, and what she does for a living, as we're just going to have her tell you, because she is in a particular position for a very long time. So she kind of works in the same community I do, where we do almost like a year's salary in 4 or 5 months, right?
Correct.
So she does pedicures. She is in more like a hunched position that we've been talking about that forces your shoulders forward. And so tell us, how many hours during the summer, in your busy time of the year, how many hours do you do pedicures?
About 8.
About 8. And how long is a pedicure?
45 minutes to an hour.
So we're just going to round that out and say she's in this rounded position, and show everybody the position that you're often in when she's dealing. And so just you can see the havoc that it's creating in her shoulders, and the havoc that will eventually be created in her spine, and possibly a real serious imbalance that can lead to a fault line in your body. So we're going to stand her up in a seated position. And so talk to us about what kind of pains that you experience from being in this position.
Mostly shoulder pain.
Shoulder pain. Is there anything else?
Some lower back pain.
Well, eventually it does come out like a weak link. But what happens, we're in this rounded position for long periods of time, and I'm going to have her move forward and just kind of dip her head, is the back, the shoulders take a rounded form. We have an elongation of all of these back muscles in different positions. And let's sit up, Mickey. What we really have on the front side is a shortening of the chest muscles right here. And so for her to open up her shoulders, she's going to have to recognize what she's going to need to do, probably on a daily basis, maybe a couple of times a day, when she's actually doing pedicures right after the other. So how do you find better body balance? And that's what I want to teach Mickey today. And I've never really trained her. And right before this video, I showed her lateral thoracic breath. This is huge, because this is your internal core stability system, and it gets everything moving. So how do we do it? I do 2 things. First and foremost is awareness. In other words, she needs to be very aware that this kind of movement with an internal shoulder is going to create havoc one day and imbalances one day. Usually imbalances lead to that weak or fault line. And the second thing is, I'm going to try to find movements today that I'm going to share with you to find oppositional balance. So we know that if her shoulders are shortened and the chest muscles are shortened on one side, we've got to find a way to open her up so she can better place these humeral heads, because she said she naturally sits now with more of an internal yes. Her being aware of this might encourage her to make daily movements at her job to open herself up, to sit up, and to build core and to make a strong core. So think about it. If fault lines ultimately create pain, pain takes your energy away. it takes your overall productivity away. So we're going to position her, we're going to move the camera really quick, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. So hang on, don't leave. Okay, Mickey, go ahead, stand up. And here we are. We're going to just set it right here. She's got a half foam roller, and she's got it kind of like from her bra line up, and I've put a rubber band, and I'm going to come around here really quick so you can see. We'll show you the foam roller. I love a half foam roller, and I love it in my workspace because if I am sitting for long periods of time, I can actually find an opening. Let's show them really quick. It looks like this. This is a great addition to your workplace. It's not that long kind, and the band I usually use is a gray band, but that's a higher resistant band. This is a looser one because I want to gradually move her into the range of motion. So let's reposition this one more time. It's kind of tricky. She's going to place her spine up against it. I want you to pull your feet out just a little, Mickey. Look at your toes because we want them parallel. She said she could really feel it when we did this a few minutes ago. She could feel it in the back of her knees, just straightening out her feet because we often stand like this. Oops. Okay, so what we want to do is stabilize her back. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to look at her posture against this foam roller. There. So go ahead. Move forward. Now dip your chin slightly. There we go. The first thing we're going to work on is her understanding this breath system. She does not know it. Was it the first time you did it a few minutes ago?
Yes.
And so she doesn't understand it. Please note, this is huge. On Sunday, I'll go through numerous moves doing this breath as we do our 30-minute routine. So all I'm going to try and work on is taking an inhale and expanding her sides. So inhale through the nose. As she exhales, she's going to pull the tummy in. She really is a quick learner because that's the one thing I really notice. We're doing that 2 more times. Exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful, Mickey. Now inhale, expand the bra line into that foam roller. Exhale, contract here. So you can see a distinct rise in Mickey's chest when she inhales. That's supposed to happen. So we want to keep that inhale out of her shoulders, and you can see where a lot of that pressure and a lot of that movement goes into her shoulders. Now my ultimate goal on this first movement is just to open herself up, and I'm going to open herself and make those humeral heads, those shoulders go back. Now take 2 more breaths. Inhale right here and exhale, pulling it up and in. Beautiful, Mickey. 1 more time. Inhale, expand into the roller. Exhale. How's that feel? Good. You can see just the simple move, just right here, opens her up. In other words, she's kind of training these little muscles right through here that connects the shoulders and the chest. They get very tight, 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 like little envelopes that just kind of squeeze together, so we need to open that up. So the next move I'm going to do is she has a band that's attached to this roller, and so we're going to ask her to pull these out. There we go. And then I'm going to ask her to take the palms of her hands and reach them to the ceiling, right? So her goal is to keep these shoulders back in the place. You're going to take a deep inhale right here through the nose. As you exhale, connect here and pull the hands forward. That's the exhale. Inhale, pull it back, breathe right here. Exhale, pull in right there. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, draw in. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to go back. Go ahead and drop those. We're going to now show a movement where she's going to keep these arms on a horizontal plane, but no lift of the shoulders. So we're gonna just pull back there. So we're gonna inhale, and as she exhales, she'll connect the core here and then bring the elbows back to the wall. Ooh. Inhale through the nose, exhale, draw this in, beautiful. 3 more, just like that. Focus here, exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, expanding right here. Exhale, drawing in. One more time, inhale through the nose, exhale. So did you notice how much her shoulders kept coming down? So I would guide her to keep them up, because keeping them up, look what that does from a side view. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's really important. So we're going to move this now. I'm going to show you a couple more moves. She's going to find the bra line. That first foam roller was in a vertical fashion. Now it's in a horizontal fashion. So all we're going to do is now recognize lifting the heart to the ceiling. Now, what you don't want to do is create that. That's even hard for me to do. So I want to remember the pelvis is that neutral state, that rib cage directly over the pelvis. But if you go back, you can see the flare here. We don't want that. So here we go. All right. So this is about right. All she's going to do is open up her shoulders, and she's going to lift this heart kind of like towards there. So it's going to look like this. So you see we're going to find a part of that mid-back. So you notice, Mickey, how my head's not moving, but this part, my heart, my upper sternum area is reaching for the sky, opening your heart. That really opens your shoulders. So here we go. Now you're going to move on the inhale. It's extension, and extension moves on the inhale for the most part. You're going to inhale and exhale, come back. Now we're going to apply a breath. Don't move your head. Keep it just at a beautiful angle. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, contract. We're going to do that a number of times. Inhale, open the shoulders. There's a good one. Exhale, navel to spine. Yes, bring it back to neutral. Let's do it 3 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, contract. Bring it back to neutral. Inhale and contract. Give me more contraction. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Do you see what that contraction does to you, Mickey?
Yes.
In terms of lifting her up? That could be a great thing, just to learn the movement of the core, because the core honestly does give shoulder support. So I'm going to do 2 more, and this is what I'm going to give you, and it's this one. So I just want you to place your hands here. Now I'm going to pay attention so you can see, as soon as I looked at her, she went like this. I'm glad I have that look about me. So what we're going to do is inhale in this position. But as we exhale, one arm goes down, the other arm goes up. So inhale, bring it back to this horizontal position. Exhale. Now she's still against the roller. Inhale. And exhale, pull it in. There. Inhale. And exhale. So what I'm hoping she finds are those little marbles in the mid-back where her bra line goes. That's going to be a good move for you. What do you feel on these?
What do I feel? I instantly feel myself do this, but then I drop them, and it does feel quite a bit better.
Feels better. That's because she's becoming aware of what she should do. Because this kind of life, this everyday movement year after year, is exactly where she's going to be in maybe a number of years if that kind of everyday movement is repeated, repeated, repeated. She also does manicure work, and she talks about her desk. And so we're going to make one more movement, so bear with me. You've seen this movement, but this movement is good for Mickey, and we're going to go and show it at the door. So hang on. Mickey, come on over here to the door.
Can she turn the blow dryer on?
Absolutely.
Do we need this?
Nope. So you can see, here's Mickey's door. Yep, it's bright. So I'm going to show you, Mickey. Okay? She needs to move these shoulders to understand how they actually are and what they can do for her. So you see me do this at home. So Mickey, a wide stance. We're going to inhale, and look how straight my back is. A very neutral spine position. As I exhale, I'll just drop. So I'm hoping she can feel. Inhale, exhale. She's going to push through the earth to rise. So, got a blow dryer, but let me show you this one because this will help her back. Feet, be aware of parallel. There we go. You're going to pull hard back here. There we go. Take a deep inhale. You're going to exhale, squat. Pull in here. Now pull back against the door. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale. Push, pull in, tummy, tummy, pull in and rise. Push through the earth. Ah, beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, rise. One more time. Pushing. Beautiful. So Mickey, come down here. Where, this is life. And this is just what life is in real life. We have a hairdryer on one side and somebody that's drilling on the other. But listen, everyday movements, if you have a repetitive movement, start being aware of it. And number two, find an oppositional movement that might help balance the other side of what might be tight, what might not. So, I want to ask Mickey one more question. Where are you going to be in 10 years, Mickey?
Probably not in a salon.
Ah! Why?
I don't think my body can take it. See, I can't even balance myself.
Can you sit on your knees?
Yeah.
So these movements that we're doing, kind of like children do, yeah, you can even do it in your 60s and 70s and 80s. Don't think for a minute that if you're 75 or 80 years old, that you cannot move. My mom, Helen Dennehy Thomas, is a great example at 85. Moving, traveling, enjoying life. That's what we need to be doing. So, bye. Bye. See you soon.